My husband serves our local community as a firefighter and a SWAT medic for our local sheriff's department. And next to me here today, you see one of his SWAT vests. What this bill does is take this kind of equipment off the backs of our men and women in uniform. I ask you, Mr. Speaker, and my colleagues who are considering voting for this bill, are you waking up at 2 a.m. going to respond to a gruesome murder? Are you missing your children's birthday parties to respond to gang shootings?
Congresswoman Kat Cammack delivering an impassioned speech while raising alarms about the Democrats' controversial police reform bill. The freshman Republican arguing the legislation that was passed by the House on Wednesday puts the lives of first responders, including her husband's, at risk. Congresswoman Cammack joins us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Ainsley. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. We played that soundbite of you on the House floor yesterday, and we all said as a team, we've got to get her on the show, and you said you'd come on. I know the producers called you while we were live on air. Thank you for accepting our invitation. You're speaking out for law enforcement all over our country, which is important. How does this affect you personally, first of all? Tell us about your husband.
So my husband, Matt, is a 14-year department veteran, local first responder here in Gainesville. And you actually see behind me right here, this is his other SWAT vest because he is a SWAT medic, not just for the sheriff's office, but also for Gainesville Police Department. And in addition to being a firefighter, he truly is a public servant. And when you talk about this so-called reform bill that the Democrats call it, it's just a call to defund police. And what so few people across the country know is that this vest and so many other pieces of critical life-saving equipment come from the 1033 program, which gets labeled as a militarization of our departments. That's not true. There are absolutely life-saving pieces of equipment that go to rural departments that can't afford them. So why are we pushing a bill that does that, meaning taking this kind of equipment off of my husband's back and so many others, when there's real reforms that we can make to make our police departments better and stronger, more responsive? This is just a backdoor attempt to defund the police. And I am terrified for my husband's life, as well as the lives of so many men and women in uniform across this country. They have been under attack for so long. We have got to have their six now more than ever. And that is why I just felt so compelled to get on the House floor and speak out.
Well, I know that the bill puts limits on military equipment like drones and weapons. When you look at that vest, when you look at your husband's guns or whatever he needs to do to protect his life, it's not just a vest. It's not just a piece of metal. What is it to you?
You know, it's the thing that is keeping him coming home at night. I have had to wake up with him at 2 o'clock in the morning when a massive call out comes through and there's a man barricading himself with weapons trying to kill his own children. It's the call out that he gets that I'm sitting at home wondering, is he going to make it back? And the only comfort that I have is this vest. That's it.
Well, thank you for standing up for law enforcement and for pushing this because we want them to come home at night. I noticed behind you, you have a little book there.
Yes, just another wonderful memento that the Biden administration and the Democrats have now called offensive. It's just this cancel culture where they are pushing to really fundamentally transform America. And that is why we're fighting like hell up in Washington, D.C.
We'll keep fighting like hell. Thank you so much, Congresswoman. We appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Coming